So this is as authentic as possible. I've woken up and I like to stay updated on what's happening in the industry and AI and tools. I wake up today and I see ClawdBot. What is ClawdBot? Well, I was looking at a lot of articles in Twitter, and basically what this is, it's your personal AI assistant that connects to your device, has access to all your apps, all your folders, your browser as well, your AI agents. Let's say, for example, you use Claude, ChatGPT, or whatever. And this is basically information that I just got 5 minutes ago. And what I wanted to do is go through this information with you so we can install this together, even if you're not knowledgeable on what's happening and what not. So I'm going into the website of ClawdBot. Basically, the marketing angle of this one is that it clears your inbox, sends emails, messages, calendars, whatever. The power of this is that it's not like a chatbot. For example, ChatGPT, Claude did that one with a coworker that can now access your files, but this one can access your whole computer. It can go into the browsers, search your emails, search any other tools that you use, draft up. And the best thing that people are saying about it, it's the memory. It has an interesting memory. You know, when you're typing in ChatGPT or whatever, you want to say, okay, what did I say yesterday? What did I say 2 days ago? It doesn't remember. Well, with ClawdBot, it does. And the thing is, you can connect it with a chat service, let's say Telegram, WhatsApp, or whatever. You can chat it. You can say, okay, go into my computer, get this file for me and send it to me by email. This is awesome. Keynotes that I said, I've seen people set this up in their own computers or, I don't know, their own laptops. I would not do that. I would not do that because of security reasons. And why is that? Because it can access a lot of things. Let's say it messes up because it just launched. It can mess up stuff. It goes into your email, sends things that you don't want. You don't want to do that. But I'm reading on the website right here. So quick start, you go in, you install this one. Okay. What it does, it runs in your machine and it's chat app, persistent memory, browser control, as I said, full system access, skills and plugins. And you can connect it with any other chat tool, WhatsApp, GPT, Spotify, Telegram, Discord, everything. This is awesome. Okay, so how do we install a VirtualBox for this? So I've seen people buy MacBook Minis, so the whole device for itself. But what I was thinking is that maybe I can go in and download either using Oracle VirtualBox or any other thing, VirtualBox, Windows, whatever. Okay, so when going into the VirtualBox, we can look and see which one we want to download. Since we're a Windows host, we can just download the one for this one. If you are downloading the VirtualBox in a Mac, you select Mac OS right there, but let's just do this one. We just go through the installation process easy as possible. And for this one, I'm going to change actually the folder because I want to do it somewhere else. Yeah, we can add a start menu, create a desktop shortcut, blah, 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 blah. Let's go next and then just install. Now that we have installed the Oracle VirtualBox Manager, what we need is the ISO file of Windows so we can run a Windows machine in our Windows machine or whatever machine you have. For that, we can just simply type in Windows 11 ISO file. Okay, so now I'm just gonna wait for the download of Windows 11 ISO file, and then I'll go and continue the tutorial basically on how to install the VirtualBox. It's nighttime now, and it's been the whole day trying to debug and install ClawdBot. It's not the easiest thing. First of all, I just wanted to say that it might be overrated from the hype that you might see on Twitter or wherever you are, X. Why is that? Well, because if you're not a technical person, it's not that easy to install. First of all, there's a lot of dependencies that you're going to be needing to install either in your VM, sandbox, or just your Raspberry Pi or just your machine that you want to use specifically for ClawdBot. One of the issues that I ran into installing ClawdBot today, first of all, is on the Oracle VirtualBox version. For this version, typically, I don't know why, this is a bug. There's an option to downgrade or just fix it manually. And the thing what I did is that if you go into the settings of this machine, you have to, if you go into display, no settings, if you go to settings and you go to the processor one, you need an odd number of CPUs for your VM to work. If you have this set in 4, 2, 6, 8, it crashes or it's not going to boot, it's going to be a black screen. So if you have that, change this to either 3, 1, and 5. Either of those works. And then CLI problems. So I tried to install by following the documentation of ClawdBot right here. If you find it, it's going to be this one. If you try and install it like this, most likely you're going to go into errors. So here it says that you just need a one-liner, and this is by using the terminal shell. It's not going to work. Basically, you will need to install, first of all, GitHub, git, the command. Then you will also need to install other dependencies like npm and node.js. If you don't have them installed, you're just going to throw into errors. You can use ChatGPT to sort of guide you while these errors pop up into your feed. But it's going to take you a couple of times just to see what's in your computer, what you need installed, and so on. And then you also have to set up your API keys. When you set up ClawdBot, you can see that a lot of tools and a lot of skills are available. If you go into their website here and we go into the, where's that? It's called Cloud Hub, if I'm correct. But as you can see, we can view all integrations. And then let's say you want to use Anthropic or ChatGPT or so on. You can't use your own account. I don't know, I haven't tested yet if you won't give it access to the browser and ClawdBot goes into the browser and uses it. But if you use your APIs, you have to set them up. Let's say here you go. We have Anthropic here, we have OpenAPI, we have Google for Gemini. I've tested Anthropic API and I have the max subscription. I haven't done anything barely technical or exhausting, and I've wasted 23% of my tokens. Pretty much just connecting, trying to connect and testing stuff. If ClawdBot opens Chrome, it does, but who cares? So this is your dashboard that you will launch with ClawdBot. Basically, you can see everything from your chats, channels, instances, sessions, whatever. You can also create cron jobs. Let's say at 5 a.m. you want to research or crawl a website and save that data somewhere in your computer. You can do that as well. You know, the capabilities are limitless. However, looking at the hype that I saw on Twitter, it's a bit overrated. Because I'm seeing a lot of people make tasks and work that you could have done solely by just using Claude and maybe 2-3 minutes of manual work. And you're spending 50-60% more tokens by using ClawdBot. I'm not saying it's a bad tool, it's really great, it's going to be a super useful tool, but there's two major concerns. First of all, it's security. Are we going to give every single data, every email access to a open source project that you still don't know if it's secure or not? And second is implementation. It's a bit complicated, and so it might take some time either for big companies or corporation or people that use this tool daily to be able to start using this consistently. It's going to take some time, but I'm here for the tech and it's lovely. And I can see some pretty good use cases that you can use, especially for emails and so on. Thing is, myself, I would recommend you to never launch this tool in your own personal device and do not give it access to anything. Why? Let's say, for example, a person launches one of these skills that you installed. So as you can see, there's a lot of skills that you can start on. If one of these skills gets compromised and it does run commands in your computer that you do not want to, it can steal your data. So I wouldn't recommend that whatsoever until we have some time of testing. What I would do is either launch this on a VM. You can use Oracle VirtualBox. You can use the other one, VMshare. And then also you can buy a VPS. Two VPSs that I would recommend is, one of them is Hetzner and the other one is Win-VPS. So these two, yeah, this one. So it's either Win-VPS or Hetzner if you want a UI of Windows. You can run this on Linux or macOS, whatever. Finding VPSs with macOS, it's harder. And then people are buying machines like Mac Minis to run this on. Is it worth it? I don't think so. It's just a hype. I would test it out in a VM, start using and learning its capabilities and skills and so on. And then you can see for yourself if you can use it somewhere. But at the end of the day, if you want to go with the installation, I will be looking to make a more enhanced tutorial or ready Docker file for you to launch this easier since it's a bit complicated, and then you can play around. But keep security in mind. Do not, I repeat again, keep this in a sandbox. Do not open it into your personal computer and test it out. one key feature that I liked is, let's say you can connect it with WhatsApp, Telegram, or what you can do, I think I have my Telegram here. Let me open it up. All right, so basically I've set up the bot as well in Telegram. The key marketing feature for this tool is being able to access this AI power into your phone. Let's say you're not at home and you want to access into your computer. I've made a file there analyzing my blog site. So I would say, okay, can you go and find me the file for my blog website updates and research and give me an idea of the last written one so we can start writing it. Let's say, for example, let's say we do this. If we go in here, we can see that Claude starts to work in the background and we can wait for an answer. As you can see, I gave it a name. You can give it any name, and okay, it found it. So it found the file, which is in desktop right here, and most recent posts on my blog were these ones, and then ready to write which direction sounds good, so I can write these ones. Now the next step to this is giving admin access to my blog side and then leaving Claude to just go in and post the blog itself. That's the best use case I can find. And then you can find just making automated tasks. Let's say, okay, every morning at 5 a.m., you can go in and search this blog. It's a competitor blog, and see if they posted something new. If they do, write it on my desktop, send me a message on Telegram to notify me that, and then I can review and let's write something to that keyword. If I can connect directly to the chat, which I have to try, let's say, for example, I open Claude here, and then I use a different AI version that doesn't use much API for the core ClawdBot integration, that would be good. And I will explore that on the next video. But for this installation guide and also just a first review, this is how it looks. This is how you can install it. And you can find every step-by-step in the description. So I'll see you in the next one when I can explain more different and more niche use cases for everyone.